everybody. This is Jeff Veale, the business guru, coming to you, yes, once again from downtown Manila. No, that's not a sash on my shoulder. I didn't win a beauty contest. I probably could, but no, I broke my shoulder on the weekend, guys. I'm still waiting to see the specialist and see what's going to happen to me. I know it's not going to be good, but that's not what we're here for. We're here to find about our guest and make him famous, and we can make you famous too. Remember, 15 minutes of fame is what it's all about. Every man and woman's got a story, and we'd love to hear your story. Now, my next client, I'm going to look at my little tablet here, which decided to go into sleep mode. So I'm going to get it back. Bear with me, guys. I shall only be a second, I hope. What's happened? Oh, no. I had it all set up. See, guys, nothing's ever perfect. Don't try and be perfect, right? But we shall recover really quickly because we know what we're doing. Here we go. I'm back. And the gentleman I have with me today is all the way from Jacksonville in Florida, 8:30 in the morning. His name is Brad Williams. Brad's a very interesting guy. He's in the Five Star Solutions. He's the owner of Five Star Solutions, a technology and consulting company. Done this a little bit, guys. Done it for 25 years. What might he know? What roadblocks have you got? Reach out to Brad, have a virtual cup of coffee. What's it going to cost you? Nothing. Reach out, pick his brain, share his knowledge, and guess what? He may be able to help you double, triple your business. Sometimes you are the roadblock in your business, people. And so what he does, he empowers, listen to this carefully, he empowers small businesses and content creators with AI-driven video content creation, project management, and AVL technology consulting, helping them maximize efficiency, impact, and engagement. And he likes to specialize. One of the areas he does is churches, guys. So if you have a church or you want some help promoting your church, Brad's the man for you. That's not all he does, guys. He does everywhere and anybody. So reach out. Have a chat. Cost you nothing. Major upgrades to old video systems and processes is one of his key ones he does. His motto: excellent, efficiency, integrity, and innovation. Are they key words, guys? Let's hear them again. Excellence, efficiency, integrity, innovation. Quick one, guys. I've sent 5 of my friends over the years, not their birthday, just out of the blue. I've sent them a gold watch because I've known them for a long time. And on the back of that watch is one word: integrity. Integrity. And one of them dropped off a bit lately, about a year ago. And I sent him a message and said, "Can you go to the engraver and change that integrity to respect?" Right? Because he was dropping the ball a bit, right? But never mind. That's another story, guys. But interesting fact about he's been in the music and production for 30 years. Wow. This guy is an amazing man. I love golf, tennis, and traveling. We had a bit of chat about that. He's been all over the place, guys. And his contact information, I'm going to share that with you guys in the post. You're going to have all his links there. So all you got to do is click one of the links, reach out. I'm sure he's up for a chat, cup of coffee, glass of wine, depending on the time of the day, and find out more about what Brad can do to help your business. It's my great pleasure to welcome to the stage Mr. Brad Williams. How are you today, Brad?
Wonderful.
You're just having breakfast. I'm just having dinner. Right.
Exactly.
Right. What are you having? Alligator stew?
Oh, no, just boring eggs.
Yeah, I'm a big egg man. Most days, like a bloody egg.
Yeah.
Tell us, can you tell us about your journey and what has inspired you to pursue your current career path?
I think, my journey's been obviously in this field for quite a long time, and the audio video world. And what's really inspired me is I have a passion for, again, one of my core values, excellence. And so I've seen a lot of non-excellence per se, and I've seen some things that I can help. And I'm a teacher at heart. I'm a mentor. I'm a teacher at heart. So I have a passion of not only identifying systems, but then being able to take those, break them down, make them into standardization for churches and businesses. And so really at the core of who I am is being able to take even some of the newer technology that we have and be able to teach people. Because at the heart of it, I believe people want to be empowered. They want to have knowledge. They want to learn and know. And so that's a real driving force, quite frankly, with my and it
Guys,
has
invest in
pushed me.
yourself. Brad's there to help you. Invest in yourself, guys. You know, come on, think about it. Invest. Brad, how long have you been married for, my friend?
A little over 40 years.
Imagine that one, guys. 40
Yeah.
years. What an
Yeah.
achievement. I'll be there for the big 50. So, it's awesome.
Looking forward to it.
Yeah,
Yep.
awesome, Brad. Awesome. Good luck to you, my friend. What's been the, I was going to say, what's been the most challenging aspect of your marriage? But I won't say that. What's been the most challenging aspect of your work and how have you overcome it?
Yeah.
They're both
Yeah. I
like work,
can't go to
aren't
the
they?
marriage. I can't go the marriage way. I've been married 40 years, so I'll stop. I won't do that one. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think one of the most challenging aspect is getting educating clients on, what you could do, what's the possibility, because I use a lot of AI now.
Yeah, they've got
That's
roadblocks. They're stuck, aren't they? But they don't realize they're stuck sometimes.
Yep, absolutely. And they feel overwhelmed. They don't understand it.
Yeah, they come to the
They
fork
don't
in the road and they can't, where will they go? And they go nowhere.
Right. And that's one thing they see. They're like, why do I need one more thing that I need to worry about? And they're looking at it from a different, a wrong lens. The lens is that I help and train and equip them is this is not going to add one more thing to your plate. It's quite frankly going to take things off of your plate.
Yeah,
And
good way of putting
to
it.
be able to, but I have to be able to show them. And that's part of what my equipping and training and giving some guides, giving some tips, because people don't know what they don't know. And so they're afraid of what they
My
don't know.
favorite subject. I paid 20,000 for a business coach years ago. I didn't like the guy. He didn't like me either. We used to butt heads all the time because of my ego. And what he taught me, and I remembered it later, it cost me 20,000. I love it. It was a bargain. He taught me you don't know what you don't know. That's what he kept drumming into my head. I go, that's what bullshit's that? But now I realise that when AI came along, particularly, and guys, it's true. Think about it. You think you know everything, you don't, right? Would you rather dig a hole with a fork, a shovel, or a backhoe? Well, Brad's the backhoe, but you can keep
Yeah,
digging with a fork if you want to, right?
yeah.
Tell us an important moment in your career that changed the direction in which you were going all those years ago. What made you pivot?
I think it's just I've always been a person that has been able to progress through different seasons in my life, different careers in my life. I've always been a lifetime learner, being in the
Keep
audio
on, guys. Keep
industry,
on.
music industry, video industry. I've always been able, even when I'm teaching and mentoring people, I always tell them, try to squeeze everything out of you can of that season. So I think I was in that season where I was doing things, but just didn't really have that deep passion that I know that drives me in what I do. And so it was just a shift in that, and then just really a shift for this particular technology that we are in now. It just excited me, and I was like, "Listen, this is something I want to grab onto." But not only don't want to grab onto it, is I want to be able, again, going back to that teacher, is I want to be able to teach this. I want to be able to break it down in bite-sized, pieces for people to understand. And so at the end of the day, even for me, I'm starting a YouTube channel called the Gigabit Grandpa. And
I love it.
basically that's 50 and older, teaching them the new technology, how it works
Great name.
without it being too techy, right?
Love it.
So, yeah,
How often will you post on that, Brad? Like weekly or something like that?
I'm gonna do weekly. Yeah. And
Nice
and
stuff.
so just, basic,
Sure.
topics of Siri. How can you use Siri to, different
Awesome.
things. So,
I love it.
yep.
I love it. I look forward to that. I need.
Yeah.
I tell people I used to be the marketing godfather. Now I'm the marketing grandfather. Um,
There you go.
yeah,
Hey, Godfather is my nickname. People call me the Godfather for 20 years.
they did for me, and then all of a sudden they stopped listening to me. I became the grandfather. Like when you get older, they say he wouldn't know. They don't realize
Yeah.
what you do know, right?
Yeah.
You never stop
Exactly.
learning, right, guys? You never stop learning. Tell me,
Right.
um, how do you stay motivated and continue to innovate in your field?
I am constantly. in my field of learning daily.
Isn't it that
Probably,
lifelong learner, right?
yeah,
We learn from some of the
probably,
best, like Jonathan Mast with AI, Susan Taylor, some of the best in
yeah,
the world, and they're awesome people. And they give, guys, don't they, Brad? They give freely
absolutely,
of their
absolutely,
time
all
and
the time.
knowledge.
Yep. And I followed, some of their patterns. I spend at least 90 minutes a day in my field learning, grabbing information,
Yeah,
working with it, because I can't show and again, another little phrase, I can't show what I don't know,
love
right? And so I can't get out there and pretend like I know what I'm doing,
it.
because again, that goes back to one of my core values of integrity. I'm going to be authentic and I'm going to be
There it is,
integral.
guys. Reach out. This is the guy who can show you the results. He can show you his experiences, show you results. It's going to cost you nothing. I'm sure you're up for a chat, guys, with someone who needs a bit of help. Reach out to you.
Oh, absolutely.
There you go. So
Yeah.
Brett's making an offer for you guys. Reach out, have a virtual cup of coffee sometime. Um, Tell me about a recent project or achievement you're particularly proud of, Brett.
The recent one I'm actually finishing up on now is actually a little small church. It's a historical, it's over 100 years old, locally here in Jacksonville, Florida.
So,
And our pastor reached out to them and said, "Hey, we'd love to be able to help you to be able to upgrade anything that you need." And so I did an on-site assessment with the pastor. Um, and basically, our church paid for the upgrade, but hired my company to
lovely.
go in and update networking, video, some audio things. And it was really, really, it wasn't a lot of revenue there,
Right.
but one of the things I always kept at the forefront, you want revenue, but it's about people and adding value. And so just to see their response so far as so thankful and grateful
Yeah.
that it wasn't a big project, but it took them where they didn't even have TVs in their building,
Yeah.
to view. They didn't have a proper camera. The
Yep.
pastor was having to set things up. So in a simple way, maybe a phase one way,
Yeah. That's right.
was very, again, wasn't making a lot of money, but it was just very soul satisfying to
Absolutely.
see that to
Look at
see that happen.
our friend Jonathan Mars. What a giver! I came to Jonathan when he had a group of 5,000. Now he's got something like 350,000. Now,
Right.
guys, to quote the Bible, "Give and you shall receive," and it's so true.
Yeah,
Right?
yeah.
What goes around
So,
comes around, Brad, as you know.
exactly.
And what advice would you give someone, a younger version of yourself? You probably tell them, "Don't get married." No, I'm only kidding. What advice? What advice would you give them that wanted to follow in your footsteps? What would you tell them?
Probably one of the first things I would say is start where you are, but don't stay there, right?
Love that.
Um, yeah,
Find out where you are. Yep.
you don't need all the tools at the beginning, the certifications.
Just add them as
One
you
of
go.
the, do what now?
Yeah, add them as you go. Be a lifelong,
Yeah,
like I said.
absolutely. Three of the things I always say is you need to begin with is clarity, consistency, and courage.
Love it.
And
Give receive.
get clear on the problem because you're there to solve a problem. Right? You got to bring a solution. Don't bring a problem, bring a solution. So, but show up
Tell my, to my
consistently with
staff, but they come in with a problem and they go, "If I wasn't here, what would you do?" They go, "Oh,
exactly
I'd go ABC." They go, "Well, nick off and go and do ABC."
exactly do one of those. So and one of the final things I would say is just stay teachable, right? Don't always
Absolutely.
go for the hype. You got to learn the solid principles. Everything,
Yeah.
whether it's in finances or
It all
anything,
comes back to
is
principles. You're right.
built upon really solid principles.
Yeah.
And do that and do it well, and you will see the benefit.
Can I say test and measure, guys? Try something for a month. What happens if you get a VA for a month, for example? All of a sudden, they're taking a lot of stuff off your plate. Well, then you're on the journey. Don't sit back and say, "Oh, I don't know if I should get a VA or not." Try a VA for a month with someone, be it me, Brad, anyone else. Just try something for a month, guys. Because if it works, it'll increase your income and it'll increase your potential, right?
Yeah,
Tell
absolutely.
me, Brad, looking ahead, what are your goals and aspirations for the future? You've got a long way to go yet. What are your goals and aspirations?
My goal really honestly just to build a, scalable, because I do a lot of AI powered consulting brand, that continues to empower small to medium sized businesses, owners of churches, without burning out their teams, because I've seen it, because I've been in the church world, I've been in the business world, teams are getting burnt out, right? Because they don't have the systems in place. And so I want to be able to continue to help them build their processes, build their systems. So because especially our world is ever evolving, ever changing.
Absolutely.
And so my goal is, and really the other side of that is, as far as Five Star Solutions, my goal is to build a legacy for my children as well. They're both
Love that.
involved in the
That's a
in the
nice,
business.
nice goal to have, Brad.
Yeah, so then they can take it and scale it, because
Yes.
my hope is they scale it 10 times what I could scale it.
Yeah, and they
And
will. In time, they will.
yeah,
And the other
yeah.
thing, guys, Brad talked about systems. Think about this. They've got 15-year-old kids around the world running a business worth billions with a B, billions of dollars, called McDonald's. And the mother at home can't get them to clean their bedroom. So what's it about? It's all about systems. And Brad's traveled extensively. He'll tell you wherever you go in the world, it's the same McDonald's burger, the same box, the same wrapper, the same toy if you're into toys, right? The whole 9 yards. It's all built on systems. So systems, he's hit the mark there. I'm a big believer in systems, guys. Work it out, and don't be frightened to change the system if you have to, but have a basic, guys. Start off with a system. It'll save you time and money. Tell our listeners and people watching, Brad, this awesome show, how can they reach out and get in touch with you and find a bit more about what you do and how you can help them, particularly those churches in your area and anyone else in small business?
Right, right. Yeah. So the best first stop would be our website. We have a website right now. It's fivestarsolutionsjax.com. They can reach out there. They can see some of the work that we've done. They can see actually what services we offer. Our core values, our vision, our mission, our team. Get to know us a little bit, because
And it's
basically the way we approach when I go and do an assessment, sit down with a client. First thing I don't ask them. First thing is like, what's your budget or any of those things.
sure
Is I want to learn
about the person.
what makes your vision, your dream, what makes this thing tick,
That's right.
and get
Do I
to
want to
know
work with
them.
you? Because if you haven't got
Yeah,
the same ethics and same integrity, there's clients, guys, you don't want to work with, right?
right.
I had a big cigarette company approach me, and it was $100,000 project, by the way. And what they're going to do, that invented or put together a small pack of cigarettes of 5 pieces. And what they're going to do, they were telling me, oh, we're going to target the poorer people and school children so they can afford cigarettes. And I said, not with me, you're not. Goodbye. Why? I've got integrity, guys. That's not integrity. That's just
Right.
the giants trying to take over the world and hook people on nicotine. And don't get me started on that one. But that's another story, guys. I had a dentist reach out to me 2 weeks ago. Jeff, I heard about you. I heard you're great. I want to hire 10 of your telemarketers. I want to ring every dentist in America. I said, I can't help you. He said, well, other people told me they can help. Why can't you help me? I said, well, think about it. Dentist done old up in his nice white coat, got his blue gloves on. He's brushing someone's teeth. Ring, 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 ring. Oh, let me drop my toothbrush. Let me take my gloves off. Let me take my jacket off. Hello, this is a sales call. He's not going to be real happy, right? So, guys,
Right.
you've got to approach it all differently. Same as you wouldn't go to a five-star chef at lunchtime or dinner time. He's cooking food. You've got to know
Right.
what to do, guys, and how to approach. Everything's got different aspects to it. But Brad, you've been awesome. Before we wrap it up, I want you to tell us. You told me a lot of things, which is awesome. But tell us a fun fact about yourself that most people don't know.
Oh wow. I would say an interesting fact that most people probably wouldn't know about me is, this is now going back some years. When I was probably 16.
It's going back a long time.
I
That's why
yeah, I'm going back.
it's
I'm going
illegal.
back a bit. Yeah, going back a bit. But I've always been, in sports. I was a, pretty decent athlete. But for a season, I took up table tennis, and I actually got really good at it. And
Yeah,
I placed third in the state. I lived in Missouri for a while, and so I placed third in the state of Missouri
pretty awesome.
in table tennis. So yeah, it's the people found that out one day when they did this little icebreaker game. Like, what is something about you that people wouldn't know? And so when I said that, someone else said, "Hey, I'm pretty good at table tennis," and I'm like, "Yeah,
Challenge.
but you're not. You're not my good." Yeah.
Funny you
So,
say that. I saw on YouTube the other day. You may have seen it. I saw a robot in China playing with a world class champion, and they went for about 20 minutes, one shot, 20 minutes, and they were. I kid you not, they were 15 to 20 foot back from the table, right?
yep,
Smashing it, right? You understand all this. And then all of a sudden, right at the very end, I watched it, it went for about 20 minutes, honest to God. And then the robot went click, just like a little flick at the end, like it built the guy up to where he wanted him, and then click. It was so
yep.
bloody awesome, you know.
Yep, I had a roommate in college from South Korea, and we would play those type of games. We'd be
Yeah.
10, 15 feet off the table. Yeah.
Yeah, those Koreans, I don't know what it's about them. They're very good at table tennis, aren't they?
Yep, absolutely.
It's like
I could beat him, but
they're
yeah,
born
it
with
was
a bat in
fun.
their hand, some of those guys. You've been an awesome guest, Brad. Thank you for being on the show. Just hang around for a minute. I'm going to wrap this up. So, guys, if you want your 15 minutes of fame, just like Brad, um, please reach out. Every man and woman's got a story to tell, just like Brad has. So, once again, thanks for being on the show today, Brad. It's been awesome.
Thank you so much for the opportunity. It's been amazing.